I almost didn't make it. I almost didn't last. Why does the week go by so slow, the weekend so fast? But luckily the days come to take my cares away. It's not Sunday, Monday, or Thursday. That's right, it's Friday. Friday. Tonight I'll party with my friends. Friday. Friday. Today I know the weekend. So I'll get out of bed and be to work on time. I'll give this day to the company, the next 2 days of mine. And when my day's over and the final work hour's passed, I'll go home, have a shot of Cuero to the boss who can kiss my Friday. Friday. Tonight I'll party with my friends. Friday. Friday. Today I know the weekends. Friday. Friday.
Yeah, it's Friday, bitches. Enjoy yourselves. It's Valentine's Day,
I
Gene.
know.
The most romantic day of the year.
Do you want a hug? I wore my Dune sweater for
Hey,
you.
Star Wars is back.
I wore it just for you, my Dune sweater.
Welcome to Dune. It's a planet full of sand. I don't know what's happening in those movies. I tried to watch the first one from the 80s, and I got about 10 minutes in, and I was like, nope, this is not for me.
Yeah, I was getting dressed this morning. I thought, what would Brian appreciate the most on Valentine's Day? And then I put this on for you.
The Dune sweater makes its triumphant return. I thought it was a goner. I thought I was never going to see it again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Lots of V-Day stuff. Doc's going to join us to talk racing later on. Bad news, happy music.
Snowmageddon.
Snow coming tonight. Maybe a lot, maybe a little. Who knows? I'm always one of those people when it comes to snow. We'll just wait and see.
I feel like right now Mother Nature is trying to stop me from seeing my mother. Because every time I have a plan, it's like snow, but...
Well, it is winter.
I know. I recognize that, but I recognize.
Kind of what happens.
I know.
Date night, yeah. Sign up for that on our website, rockmornings.com. You'll have a chance to win pizza and movie passes.
That's romantic.
Yes, it'll be a good little date night there. And all sorts of other stuff coming up this morning.
We can have a chocolate omelet or something, some sort of...
I don't know. Did you bring anything?
I did not, but I thought it was Valentine's Day. We could do something.
Yeah, let's get some breakfast. I like breakfast.
Just saying, we should... Heart-shaped eggs, is that a thing?
I don't know if you can afford eggs, let alone heart-shaped eggs.
Heart-shaped eggs, you know what I mean? If you had like our little heart-shaped pancakes with a...
All I know is that I took the thing, the cover from the hole in the wall, so we're supposed to maybe not have as much heat in here, letting some of that cold air in. I don't know if there's rats in the wall or what, but...
There's a hole over there? Great.
Yeah.
It's my passageway to Dune.
Lincoln Park and Faith and More coming up.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station.
Somewhere in the mid-20s today. Snow likely during the overnights and into tomorrow. So that'll be fun. Getting up and shoveling that crap.
I think it's going to supposed to last through much of tomorrow morning before it comes to an end.
Mm-hmm. The family of the missing pregnant teen from southern Wisconsin sharing some new details as the Amber Alert continues into the second week. Sophia Franklin, who is 16, last seen at her home in Beaver Dam on February 2nd. She is believed to be with 40-year-old Gary Day, the father of the unborn child. Yes, a 40-year-old man fathering a 16-year-old's baby. On Wednesday, earlier this week, the mother, Leah, sharing a photo of her daughter, which was taken the day before she disappeared, so an updated picture. Leah Franklin also sharing some additional information. She's wearing glasses. She does not look pregnant right now, so you wouldn't be able to really tell. Not like she's carrying around a basketball there.
Yeah.
She's been dealing with hives on her arms, legs, and even on her face, apparently.
Oh, my gosh.
Her eye makes an involuntary movement when she chews. She's been struggling with morning sickness, and she has been wearing a rose gold ring with a pink heart-shaped gem on her left hand.
Ugh.
So just some additional details there about what you might look for if you're...
Updated photo, that's good.
Yeah, in short, Sophie needs to come home and continue with the medical care she has been receiving for herself and the baby. Sophia Franklin, 5'9", 186 pounds, brown hair, blue eyes. The 40-year-old man, Day, is 5'7", 165 pounds, blonde hair, green eyes, and they're in a black Buick LaCrosse four-door. May or may not have Arkansas plates, might have Philly plates, might have, it's been, apparently he's been swapping plates, so... Joanne Fabric Stores.
I saw that. What, 500 out of 800 or something?
Yeah, closing pretty much all of them. 500 of its stores across the U.S. due to post-pandemic financial struggles and bankruptcy filings. The decision to close the hundreds of stores after it filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in January. This is the second bankruptcy filing for the company, having filed for it back in March of 2024.
Yeah.
Locations, 21 stores in Minnesota. 12 are slated to close, including in Apple Valley, Elk River, Hibbing, Mankato, Maple Grove, Shakopee, Woodbury. Here in Wisconsin, they're closing a whole bunch as well. They have 16 of the 23 locations in Wisconsin are going to close, including Beaver Dam, Brookfield, Cudahy, Fond du Lac, Janesville, Lake Geneva, Madison, Marinette, Marshfield, Menominee Falls, Oshkosh, Pewaukee, Plover, Racine, Sheboygan, and Watertown. So a whole bunch still going to be available. The only ones that will be open in Wisconsin will be Appleton, Eau Claire, Green Bay, Greenfield, Onalaska, Wausau, and the Dells. So if you get your crafts or your fabric from Joann, you're going to have to get it online, or you're going to have to go to those stores in those areas. Yesterday, of course, a horrific attack in Munich. 28 people, including children, injured when a car driver, somebody driving a car, drove into a crowd. Initial reports indicate that some of those hit were critically injured. Bavarian Prime Minister saying the crash is being treated as a suspected attack, so they're thinking terrorist attack, obviously. They have identified the suspect as a 24-year-old Afghan asylum seeker, adding that he is known to police for previous offenses as well. Someone limping away from the scene with the help of paramedics, a whole bunch of injured people. Obviously, there's a lot of, information out there about this whole thing in Munich, but the police are asking witnesses to come forward with footage of the incident and information. Just about a mile away from where world leaders are expected to gather for the Munich Security Conference later today, Vice President J.D. Vance, along with Ukrainian President Zelensky, are among the expected conference attendees. And this, I don't think it had anything to do with that. They're just, but there was a demonstration and people protesting, and this guy drove into it. You got an igloo cooler at your house, like a plastic, like big cooler you put your beers in?
Big one and like a small one too.
Do you know if they're igloo?
I don't think
they have a recall.
Okay.
On coolers. Yeah, apparently you could
what happened? Snap your finger
fingertip amputation, they say. Popular cooler and mug company Igloo recalling more than 1 million rolling coolers over concerns that they could cause fingertip amputation. The recall involving 90-quart flip-and-tow rolling coolers, according to the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission. Igloo Products said in a notice on its website that it is voluntarily recalling the coolers in cooperation with the CPSC. The tow handle can pinch consumers' fingertips against the cooler, posing fingertip amputation and crushing hazards.
Well, that has had to have happened to people.
About a dozen reports of people injuring their fingertips, including amputations, lacerations, and bone fractures.
You have to get to that before you do a recall, that it could happen.
Coolers, which cost about $80 to $140, come in several body and lid color combinations, sold from January of 2019 to last month at Targets, Costco's, Dick's Sporting Goods, and other retailers. They were also sold online at igloocoolers.com and Amazon. People who have purchased the coolers are told to immediately stop using them and contact Igloo for a free replacement handle. So if you have an Igloo cooler and you're interested in finding out more, obviously go online and give it a Google and find out if you've got one of the ones that could cause fingertip amputation.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound good.
No, it doesn't. Saturday Night Live special on Sunday night, talking to the kid about that last night. Everybody's reuniting. Everyone and everyone is going to be on this program. A 3-hour special starts at 7 o'clock on NBC and Peacock. And I guess they're going to have about 200 more people in the audience than they normally do as well, expecting a larger live crowd for the special 50th anniversary of Saturday Night Live from 30 Rock.
Just got a text from our guy Jim, listening in Kuwait, coming home in just a couple of days. Very excited. Stay safe over there. He said, happy Friday. Have a good weekend. Also, yesterday, he said, got a question for you. I know you're a Red Sox fan. If I want to go to Fenway this summer, any advice? And that was yesterday. And I told him, I said, yeah, if you get there, try to, take the tour. Obviously, there's a tour. There's several different iterations of the tour.
Sure.
One of them, I don't think they offer the on-field tour on days when they have games. So if you can get that one, you can get on the field. You can look inside the Green Monster a little bit. You can't go in it. But and also for someone like me who does not like the sun, wants to sit in the shade, you're going to want to be behind home plate. They got the seats back there, and it's under the porch, if you will. And I said, give yourself a couple of hours to walk around the ballpark. It's in a district over there. There's a bunch of bars and restaurants and all sorts of stuff. And then get some street meat from the vendor. Get an Italian sausage with peppers and onions. You can't go wrong. It's delish.
Did I tell you we might be going to Boston this summer?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, it's none of it's set in stone, but just our family vacation. I found reasonable airfare to actually not Boston, but that would be a side stop. Portland, Maine.
Yeah.
And seeing the seashore, obviously, National Park, and then maybe a couple days into Boston. But it was really reasonable airfare. So
no shortage of things.
We've never been to that part of
East Coast.
Yeah, we've never been to the East Coast.
No shortage of things.
Looking at that, nothing's finalized, but looking at it.
Faith No More coming up in just a bit. Right now, it's Lincoln Park.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
Faith No More with Epic on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. The NBA All-Star Weekend kicks off tonight with the Celebrity Game. 6 p.m. on ESPN. The Rising Stars game will be afterwards on TNT and True TV. The HBCU Classic is tomorrow at 5 o'clock on NBA TV. Then the All-Star Saturday nights featuring the skills contest, the three-point contest, and the dunk contest will be Saturday night at 7 o'clock on TNT and True TV. And then Sunday night at 7 o'clock, also on TNT and True TV, the NBA All-Star Games. Mm-hmm. Having like a tournament-style All-Star game this year. At the All-Star Game this weekend, or All-Star Weekend for the NBA, there will be no Steph Curry versus Sabrina Ionescu rematch from last year. The NBA announced yesterday that the three-point shooting event, one of the highlights of last year's All-Star Weekend in Indianapolis, is not going to be part of this year's lineup in San Fran. So, for whatever reason, they're not doing it. Last night, on the ice, the brothers, the Tkachuk brothers, each scored twice. You think these guys probably grew up playing hockey with each other and know how to maneuver when they're on the ice together?
And now Content Vakanainen to simply let the last few seconds tick away. 4 third-period goals for Team USA. And they end up running away from Finland with a 6-1 win.
Brady and Matthew Tkachuk each scoring twice, and the U.S. beat Finland badly, 6-1 last night. Ooh. And each of those two teams' opening game at the Four Nations face-off. That'll continue, obviously, in Montreal and Boston for the next week. USA firmly in the lead as of right now when it comes to points. Fans, of course, booing the U.S. national anthem before the Americans game at the Four Nations face-off last night. Stanley Cup winning forward Matthew Tkachuk, who obviously had a couple of goals in the game, said, quote, "I didn't like it, and that's all I got."
Not a fan.
The negative reaction to the Star Spangled Banner came after the public address announcer at the Bell Center made an announcement asking the crowd to show respect for the anthems and the players from either country. But obviously, fans can do whatever they want, really, when it comes to booing. I mean, as long as they're not burning the place down or running out on the ice or whatever. If they want to boo, they can boo. But Wisconsin, number 16, Wisconsin. At number 7, Purdue. That big game is tomorrow at noon on CBS. You gonna be able to make it there?
No, I don't think so. I don't. I mean, I'll look at we'll talk about the snow here in a second, but no, I don't think so.
All right. Well, the Badgers are at noon on CBS tomorrow against number 7 Purdue. Big matchup there in the Big Ten as the Badgers wrap up their season here with only 7 games left before we head into March Madness. Mm-hmm. And now it's official. The breakup is officially official. Aaron Rodgers, the era with the New York Jets is over.
You done messed up, Aaron!
Nearly 2 years after a big, large-scale news conference welcomed him to New York and to the Jets, they have now said goodbye to Aaron Rodgers with a news release that included statements of gratitude from team officials. Jets didn't give a specific reason for the decision, saying that they had met last week with him, the quarterback, and shared our intention was to move forward in a different direction at quarterback. Aaron Glenn, the new head coach and GM, said that in a joint statement. There's been some leaks or whatever you want to call it, but basically they kind of wanted to let Aaron Rodgers know, look, dude, you can't be missing training camp. You can't go on Pat McAfee anymore. Yep. You got to be like all in on it. And my guess is he's so close to retirement and doesn't really give a rat's ass.
Yeah, they were like, you can't miss training camp anymore. You can't do this. You can't do this. Stop doing these podcasts and concentrate on football. And he's like,
Yeah. So
I don't know if I'm going to do that.
We'll see if he hangs it up or if some other team decides to try to snap him up.
Okay, so here's the deal on the snow.
Sports on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. We're getting snow.
Most places are going to start to see the snow anywhere between 3 and 6 o'clock. So the evening commute is likely going to be snow-covered, slick, and expecting moderate to heavy rates of snowfall this afternoon. So if you can adjust your day and get home earlier or, however you want. But that afternoon commute is supposedly going to be a thing. And then reduced visibility tonight from blowing snow will be another concern as it's going to be pretty windy.
Blowing what?
The snow intensity is going to start to lighten up as the night goes on, although very slick throughout the evening. A winter weather advisory in effect for basically all of western Wisconsin through early Saturday morning. We're talking about everybody. Eau Claire County, Clark, Buffalo, Trempealeau, Jackson, Winona, La Crosse, Monroe, Houston, Vernon, Crawford, Chippewa, Taylor, everybody in place. So here's the deal with
We're
this.
getting snow.
They don't know how much. 1 to 3 inches are expected across Minneapolis and far northwestern Wisconsin, and then as that pushes east, it's going to be more widespread. So higher 2 to 5, and then the heaviest snow accumulations looks to be more south like us: Toma, La Crosse, Viroqua, Arcadia, 4 to 7, and south of us can be expected. Adjustments obviously throughout the day as those forecasts come in, but that's your deal. So snow is going to linger into tomorrow. Especially across the Coulee region, and then we'll see what happens. Also cold air, wind chills, all of that. So starts this afternoon, goes into this evening, lightens up through the morning hours tomorrow, but
Bring it.
probably going to be impactful.
Looks like 4 for a high on Monday. Yay. Shine down coming up in just a couple of minutes. It's Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. More from Brian and Gene is coming up.
Oh, you know who you are. You've been doing your daily action, putting lots of overtime. You need some time off satisfaction. Just think how tough it's been. You've been putting out all that labor. If you use your wit, you can get out quick and do yourself a favor. Friday in effect, and you're pretty beat, I bet. It's been one tough week, you've hit your peak, and you've earned your paycheck. But now this week is over, and it's a little fun you're seeking. Your grin is wide, and I know why. Look out, here come the weekend.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
That weekend's gonna be a monster, y'all.
The weekend is here. It is Valentine's Day. We're going to get a bunch of snow, allegedly. And, yeah, there's all sorts of stuff happening. ESPN Disney Plus, the All-Star Celebrity Game tonight, including Shabuzi and several other people that are apparently celebrities. I told you earlier this week. I looked at all the and I'm like, I know I had like 6 of them I kind of recognized. I wouldn't be able to pick them out of a lineup, but the name itself, I'm like, okay, that guy Shabuzi played at halftime or something, right? Mm-hmm. Over on CBS tonight, NCIS Sydney. And then tonight on Peacock, SNL 50, the homecoming concert. Starts at 7 o'clock our time. Performances from Lady Gaga, Devo, Miley Cyrus, Bad Bunny, Post Malone, and more. I wonder if they're going to give Ashley Simpson another shot at it. Right? But that kind of kicks off the weekend of SNL stuff. We'll get to more of that here in just a bit. Over on Paramount Plus today, the 3rd season premiere of Yellow Jackets. Also on Paramount Plus, the 1st season finale of Dexter Original Sin. Today on Apple TV Plus, the premiere of The Gorge, a sci-fi horror film starring Miles Teller and Anya Taylor-Joy as trained snipers assigned to guard a deep crevice in the ground. It's right up your alley.
I'm good.
A crevasse. There, the crevasse. Fill it with your muddy juice.
Or soup.
Also on Hulu today, the streaming premiere of Longlegs. Nicolas Cage is a creepy serial killer.
That's what
That's on Hulu.
Platform? Okay.
Streaming for free. You can pay for it, but today it starts streaming for free. Sunday, of course, on Fox. Starts at about 1:30, the Daytona 500.
And Rubin's son is racing.
Rubbin is racing, Gene, in case you were unaware. Sunday night on NBC, SNL 50, the anniversary celebration, a 3-hour live special. It'll stream on Peacock. There'll be a mix of SNL alums and previous hosts. Everybody's coming back.
Except Bill Hader. Did you see that?
No. Is he out of town? Or
no, apparently unknown exactly why he won't be part of it. But in previously he has said when he was on the cast, he was a basket case. His anxiety and he was so consumed with work and anxiety that it was not easy on his marriage.
PTSD to go back, yeah.
So apparently he said, he didn't make a statement about it, but he's not supposedly going to be on it.
All right, well, SNL 50,
But
the
everybody
anniversary
else.
celebration will be on Sunday night on NBC.
I'm up to my ass in bows, all type of bows.
Yes, all of it.
Also, Sunday night on Fox, the 23rd season premiere of Family Guy. Tracker returns to CBS on Sunday night. The NBA All-Star Game, of course, is on Sunday night. That'll be on TNT. Second season premiere of Grimmsburg on Fox on Sunday night. You've also got the third season premiere of The White Lotus on HBO Max on Sunday evening. And the 12th season premiere of Last Week Tonight with John Oliver will be Sunday night at 10 p.m. on HBO. You're looking to go to the theaters this weekend, you're in luck. There's a big one. It's rated PG-13.
Yeah, Captain America, isn't it?
And it's Anthony Mackie back as the new Captain America.
Super soldiers, mutants, they're nothing compared to what I can build with this. You asked for me. Here I am.
Your shield won't stop what's coming, Captain.
Red Hulk. Mm-hmm. That's rated PG-13. Also in theaters this weekend, Paddington in Peru. That's rated PG. Paddington goes to Peru
Okay.
to help find his missing Aunt Lucy.
Got it.
Embarking on a quest in the Amazon, comes across treasure hunter Antonio Banderas to help navigate the river. Also in theaters, it was in IMAX last week, but now it's in regular theaters. Becoming Led Zeppelin, rated PG-13. This is a first ever authorized documentary about the band. It has never before seen footage, performances, interviews about what happened with Led Zeppelin from their start to where they are now. It came out last week exclusively in IMAX, but it's in theaters everywhere as of this weekend. And if you want to pick up some new tunes, the Lumineers have a new album, their fifth, called Automatic, and Lacuna Coil has a new album called Sleepless Empire, featuring a collaboration with Randy Blythe from Lamb of God on a track called Hosting the Shadow. So there you go. That's what's on the boob tube and in theaters this weekend, along with some new tunes.
Maybe you want to snuggle up and watch a rom-com for Valentine's Day?
Oh.
What? Why are you shaking your head? No.
Dude, they're so dumb. And they're
not dumb.
Everything about them is
It
dumb.
depends on the movie, but supposedly the list of some of the highlights, the must-watch, if you will, for Valentine's Day.
Love Actually.
And some of these I don't even... Love Actually is on here.
So it's a Christmas movie and a rom-com.
That's actually number 10 on the list.
All right.
Some of these, you've got Mail is number 1. So that's a classic from 1998. But some of these other ones I'm not sure I even recognize. 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah, that's Meg Ryan's daughter. What the hell's her name? And Matthew McConaughey.
Okay. Sleepless in Seattle.
Oh, no, wait a minute. Did you say 10 Things I Hate About You?
10 Things I Hate About You.
So that's Heath Ledger and the gal from the Jason Bourne films. What the hell's her name?
All right, I'll let you ponder that.
Yeah, it's in high school, and he does a
I'm sure.
big performance at the football stadium. And
Aw.
what?
It's just sweet. Sleepless in Seattle, number 3 on the list.
Tom Hanks, right?
Yeah, classic. Classic. Sleepless in Seattle. To all the boys I've loved before, seen that. Crazy Rich Asians. I haven't seen that, but I've heard it's super funny. That's number 5 on the list. When Harry Met Sally. These are like classics. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. That's on the list.
That's the one. That's Goldie Hawn's daughter.
yes,
What's her nuts? And Matthew McConaughey.
Okay,
And
How to Lose
he
a Guy
finds
in
like a
10
razor
Days.
or something in his medicine cabinet. And
My Best Friend's Wedding, also on the list, number 8. The Proposal coming in at number 9, and Love Actually, which we watch every Christmas, number 10 on the list. Some other ones, Pretty Woman, Pretty in Pink. Never Been Kissed, Anybody But You, My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
It's so funny to me. Like Never Been Kissed is Drew Barrymore, right? Going back to high school.
Well, Wedding
And
Singer,
like trying to make
51st
out with like
Dates.
teenagers, and she's like a 30-year-old woman, and like that only works one way, right? Because if it was a dude, people would be freaked out. Going back to high school, trying to make out with high school chicks, people would freak out. But because it's in a movie and it's Drew Barrymore, they're like, oh, it's cute. And then she falls in love.
Drew Barrymore on a few of these. Wedding Singer, 51st Dates. Rom-coms, if you want to snuggle up and watch those tonight on Valentine's Day.
I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, me either.
Dinner is tomorrow night, so that's the plan for that. But I don't know what the hell we're doing tonight. We'll see.
Snow starting between 3 and 6 throughout the area. Snow covered and slick roadways. Expect that late today and tonight.
Doc's going to join us later on to talk racing. We're going to hook a couple people up with date night. That's pizza and movie passes. Sign up on our website. Go to rockmornings.com for all the details. Right now, it's Seether.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station.
That is Seether, obviously fine again on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Bob, thank you for the text. Bob said Julia Stiles is the actress in 10 Things I Hate About You.
The rom-coms we were talking about watching tonight.
Yeah, that's Heath Ledger. Julia Stiles. Yeah, Larry Miller plays her dad. I think David Krumholtz is in it, right?
I don't know if I know that one.
He plays the head elf in the Santa Claus movies. He's also in Superbad. He's one of the guys in the room. When he goes into the room and he's trying to call Becca on the phone, and then all the guys come in, they're like, they're going to kill that guy. And he's like, who the hell are you? And he's the guy that goes over to him, and he's like, yeah, who are you, man? And he puts his arm around him. He's like, no, you're the guy from the party. You sing beautiful. Sing for me. Yeah. Thank you, Bob, for the reminder. Julia Stiles. She's also the chick from the Bourne movies.
Well, you might want to stay in and watch a movie tonight with the snow.
Maybe not tonight. If you're going to go out, tonight might be the night because the snow's coming and it ain't going to stop till sometime tomorrow. So maybe tonight you get out and enjoy it a little bit, and then tomorrow you hunker down and shovel and deal with all that crap.
Most places will start to see snow sometime late this afternoon, between 3 and 6. That could impact your evening commute. It sounds like it's just going to, the intensity is going to pick up as the night goes on. And so we're all under a winter weather advisory in effect for basically everybody. From Winona to Trempealeau to Eau Claire to Chippewa to La Crosse to Monroe to Houston to Crawford to Taylor County, all of us. And then anywhere from 1 to 7 inches. That's the part.
How does it look between here and Black Earth?
It looks crappy, actually, is what it looks like.
Right,
La Crosse and south, 4 to 7 inches, and that's going to linger into tomorrow, especially across the Coulee region, and also cold, by the way. P.S.
Valentine's Day, we'll get to some V-Day stuff, stats and info. Also going to talk to Doc about NASCAR racing. Big weekend, obviously, Daytona. We'll get to that after 8 o'clock, and we'll pick a couple of winners for date night, so sign up on the website, rockmornings.com.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Obviously, Valentine's Day today. It's also Library Lovers Day.
Go get yourself a book.
Love your library. National Cream-Filled Chocolate Day. I'm not a big fan of chocolates filled with stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like candy bars with nougat and caramel and peanuts and all sorts of stuff.
Give me a good truffle. I'll do that filled with stuff, but not like the cream ones where you get the big heart boxes and the
I'm fine with just plain
cream,
old chocolate.
Orange cream.
I don't like any of those creams. They're all gross.
Yeah, they're not my
I don't even like the cherry ones. I mean, if I had to choose, it'd probably be caramel at the top or maybe a peanut butter if there's one. And then after that, it's like
the vanilla cream.
Who really cares?
Yeah.
National Donor Day. It's also Organ Donor Day. So remember to get that sticker on your license if you're not an organ donor. I know that some people are not into donating their organs after they're gone and dead and all that crap, but you could save a lot of lives. And we have people that we lost recently that were organ donors and saved a bunch of lives.
Did just that, yes.
So Valentine's Day and a whole bunch of other stuff. This bus driver, by the way, boy, oh boy, I don't know how he managed to do it. When you see the piece of metal that hit him in the chest as he was driving down the road in his bus with a bunch of basketball players on board, I don't know how he kept it on the road. It's crazy. There's a school bus driver in Washington State who somehow kept his cool after a huge chunk of metal came through his windshield last week. It hit him right square in the chest.
Yo!
And he screamed and grabbed himself, and he was, howling because he was in pain, but he never took his eyes off the road, and thankfully the guy will be okay. There was a high school basketball team on board when it happened.
I'm glad it was me, not them. Any of my passengers. I knew I was going to be okay, because it's certainly gone a different way. Fractions of a second, things change. So they were pulling glass out of my face and had some gauze on there trying to mop me up a little bit.
He's an absolute hero for keeping those kids safe. He never wavered. He kept his hands on the steering wheel, and his first priority were the kids.
Kept the girls safe. That's what the job of a bus driver is, transporting students safely. And I did that. I'm pretty happy about that. None of them got hurt.
I would say the metal bar is probably 8 inches long.
I just watched it.
It's about a half-inch thick, and it's about, I don't know, maybe 2 to 3 inches wide. So it's a pretty significant piece of metal. There's pictures of him holding it after he recovered. But North Shore School District in Washington, bus driver returning to his job less than a week after he got hit in the chest with a piece of metal that flew through the windshield of his bus. It hit Stuart O'Leary right dead square in his chest while he was taking a group of high school girls basketball players to a game on Friday afternoon. He said it was instantaneous. It was violent. I could see, and of course, these buses, they all have cameras, right? Because they got to keep an eye on the bus drivers, make sure they're not doing anything crazy.
Comes through the windshield.
And it comes through, and he's hit in the face with glass, and I know, it's a big piece of metal. I mean, it's not like a, like a bottle cap. We're talking about 8 inches long, a half-inch thick, and about 2 to 3 inches wide. It's huge. And it hits him dead square. I don't know how fast it was going. It was going fast enough that it broke through the windshield and hit this dude in the chest, though. He said, I could see the slice in the windshield, so I got the idea something came through the windshield and hit me. I was covered in glass. Yeah, the school district releasing the video from the bus that shows him getting hit and, of course, screaming and wailing in pain, but able to keep his eyes on the road and keep his wits about him as he, eventually slowed down.
Yeah, the coaches come running up.
A couple of coaches on the bus ran to the front and assisted him as he slowed the bus down and got onto the shoulder without hitting any cars and then, of course, calling 911. But, wow, and imagine you're on the bus and you're sitting in the back and you're like, what if we get up there and more stuff starts flying through the windshield, right? There's got to be that question rolling around in your head. But, yeah, he said, I'm glad it was me and not any of my passengers. I knew I was going to be okay. I certainly could have gone another way. In fractions of a second, things can change. But, yeah, that dude a hero. It's crazy, too, the video. Did you see it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not.
Well, he doesn't even know what happened. I'm sure at that point, did I get shot?
Flew off a truck or something, yeah. Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. We got the Chili Peppers in a bit. Also some 3 Days Grace. And if you need something, you can find us online at rockmornings.com.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Start your day with Rock Mornings.
It's another Valentine's Day movie on the Hallmark Channel. Lacey Chabert is a reporter sent to cover the Valentine's Day festival in a small Wisconsin town.
Happy Valentine's Day.
I only need a room for one night. Then I'm heading back to the big city to cover real news.
He's the hunky innkeeper who likes to chop wood shirtless.
If Betsy Beaver sees your shadow today, that means she's predicting 6 more weeks
of winter?
Of romance.
How do you know that?
Well, I'm not just the innkeeper. I also handle all the beavers around here.
The next day, it starts all over again.
Happy Valentine's Day.
How can it be Valentine's Day again when that was yesterday? Oh no, I'm stuck in a time loop.
Lacey Chabert and a Hemsworth brother you've never heard of before star in Be My Forever Valentine tonight and on an endless loop on the Hallmark Channel.
Now, what did I do with my shirt?
Always classic. Valentine's Day is upon us. And if you haven't bought anything for the significant other in your life,
have not,
and you feel obliged to get something, here are some last-second Valentine's Day gifts that might still work. I would say stay away from anything from a gas station. I don't know, though. A full tank of gas right about now would be nice. I'd like to have a full tank of gas on my wife's credit.
His name was Jim, and I dated him for quite a while, actually.
Okay.
But he bought me
sexual toy?
One-size-fits-all rose panties from a gas station.
Are those the panties that your mother laid out for you?
So we didn't make it.
Yeah. Shocked that you didn't end up married and having 3 kids with that guy.
One size fits all with gas station panties.
Kids, come and say hi to your dad, Jim.
Gas station panties is what I got.
Was it supposed to be a gag?
Well, if it was supposed to be, he didn't.
He passed it off like a legit Valentine's Day gift.
Yes.
Huh? All right. A couple of last-minute things you can still pull off. Buy a card, obviously. Better than nothing.
This is some chocolates. I saw a lot of people yesterday when I was out getting
good chocolates. Flowers from a reputable local florist shop, as opposed to a gas station or some guy on the side of the road. You know, support local businesses. Couple that with the card. And then, of course, chocolates. You can't go wrong with some chocolates if she's got a specific one she likes.
Say, would you like a chocolate-covered pretzel? They're a little melty, but damn, are they exquisite. And if I remember correctly, you're a big pretzel fan.
Don't stink Palmer, though. Just give her the chocolates.
Mm-hmm.
Some florist shops now will throw chocolates inside of the bouquet.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a good one.
Yeah, tell me about
that
it.
you can do online. A gift card for a spa package or a golf package or any kind of treat yourself experience.
I'm all about that.
Right? Print out the receipt, put it in the card.
Experiences, yes.
Concert tickets.
Yeah. I was going to say concert tickets, sporting tickets, whatever. Maybe they're into the Bucks or...
Yeah. Another one you can pay for now and deal with later.
Mm-hmm.
Pair that with the flowers and the card. And yeah, especially if it's the Backstreet Boys at the Sphere in Vegas, which is not happening.
What are you going to...
No. I don't know. I already have a second mortgage. I can't have a third. Jesus.
Is that what she really wants, though?
No. I mean, she wouldn't say no to it. She'd love it, but a nice dinner at home, obviously, cooking.
I think that's what we're going to do tonight.
Especially if you're good at cooking, right? And you want to do something really nice. Something off the menu, right? Something a little Netflix and chillish. Guilty pleasure. Maybe something, they really love.
Oh, I would never buy that for myself.
McDonald's, or they really like, something that they don't talk about, but it's a guilty pleasure. So you indulge them in that.
Mm-hmm.
A subscription box. One of those Stitch Fix things where they get clothes every month.
Any of those kinds of things, like the wine of the month. Is that
Jelly of the Month Club?
Yeah, Jelly of the Month Club.
Gift that keeps on giving
Always
the whole
gives.
year long. A Spotify playlist with songs they'll like, so like a mixtape from back in the day. And jewelry. Can't go wrong with jewelry, right? Stores are open. They got sparkly things.
I bet there's lots of people doing that today, shopping. Because I'll tell you, I was out yesterday afternoon, and there was a lot of people in the Valentine's chocolate aisles. Like a lot. Yeah.
But some last-minute stuff that you can grab today if you're running behind and forgot or whatever.
Give my heart, she gave me a pen.
Yeah, if you give her your heart and she gives you a pen, then maybe it's time to move on.
Or gas station, one size fits all panties.
Did you keep...
No, I didn't keep the panties, and I didn't keep Jim.
Did you ever put them on?
I don't remember. I don't think so, because I was horrified. I didn't.
Were you guys in that point of your relationship where panties were an approved gift? Or
yes.
Okay, so he had seen the other panties.
Yes.
Okay.
It was the lack of anything.
Was there a card or anything? Was it just on the counter? Like, here you go. Here's some panties.
I guess I don't remember the nuances of it. I just remember that it was.
It sort of matters, right? I mean, like, if it's just kind of a funny thing, and he's like, funny. I thought you'd get a kick out of this.
It wasn't funny. I will tell you that I knew that it wasn't like, here's this and it's a joke, and then here's your real present. It wasn't like that. Like, hey, ha, and now here's bam. No, it was like I picked that up on the way home.
What did you get him? Probably nothing.
One-way ticket out of the apartment.
Probably
That's
nothing.
what I got him.
See,
Get
that's
the
the
hell
thing.
out
You
of
have
here.
high standards for Jim, and you're not even buying
Kick
anything.
to the ass.
Sounds like you're the guilty party.
I don't care.
That's why I don't like Valentine's, because it's a man's issue, right? Like, we gotta care. Dude, I care every day of the year. I brushed off your car yesterday.
That's
I
sweet.
refilled your Sprite in the fridge. There's no recognition of any of that. I'm not asking for recognition. It's the things that you do. I always tell my wife that. Look, I'm not going to be the big, overproductive guy when it comes to romance and crap, but
brush off your car. That's romantic.
No, it's not. It's just my wife's car needed to be brushed off, and so I brushed it off because that's what a man does.
Yeah.
And then we don't get any kind of credit for it or any sort of thanks or anything.
I would say thank you.
We're not married. You're married to Jim.
No,
the panty guy.
No, actually not.
All right. We'll get to sports here in just a bit. Also got some chili peppers coming up. Doc's going to join us to talk racing. In fact, he's in the studio this morning with breakfast. How are you?
I am doing great. Hey, I was just thinking about this on the way in. Whoever wins date night in Eau Claire can go to Rocky's and get a heart-shaped pizza tonight before they go to the movies.
They do the Mylar balloons still, too? Do they still do the Mylar
I don't know about the
those
balloon,
illegal now?
but they do the pizzas.
They do,
sure.
yeah, they do the pizzas, though. That'd be kind of semi-romantic.
Yeah, and some passes for a movie at the Micon Cinema. Sign up online. Go to rockmornings.com for details. 3 days grace.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find the daily podcast at rockmornings.com.
Chili Peppers with By the Way on Rock Mornings with Brian, Gene, and Doc in the studio bringing breakfast. Thank you, Doc.
Not a problem. Anytime, guys.
NBA All-Star Weekend starts tonight, continues through Saturday, and, of course, the All-Star Games on Sunday. NHL Four-Nation Face-Off continuing. USA getting a big 6-1 win last night against Finland. Badgers taking on Purdue tomorrow at noon on CBS.
That's a big one.
Big game for the Badgers, yeah. They haven't faced a ranked opponent in a while, so big test for the Badgers. They've had the whole week off to prepare as well. They haven't played at all this week, so no excuses.
The rest does them well, yeah.
No excuses. Elsewhere in sports, NASCAR ejecting 2 of the crew chiefs for this weekend's Daytona 500. Chris Lawson, crew chief for Front Row Motorsports driver Todd Gilliland, and Billy Plord, the crew chief for Rick Ware Racing's Cody Ware, both sanctioned for improper weights on the 34 and 51 cars, respectively.
Yeah, they don't mess around anymore. There used to be a 3-strike rule, and they still have the 3-strike going through the tech shed. But when you do something, especially with weight, and we saw that last year, they don't mess around with weight. They might give you a chance to pour some gas in it to get it close, and that's it. And they're gone. They're out for the weekend, so they got to make other adjustments. I'm sure the car chief, the chief designer, is going to be probably sitting on top of the box for them to do this. Yeah.
Okay.
There it goes, sitting on top of the box. There you go, buddy. Another one.
Months and months and months of back and forth between Tyreek Hill and Olympic gold medalist Noah Lyles about who's faster. Apparently it's going to happen. They say it's going to happen, but there's no information at all. So I don't know if you remember, but Tyreek Hill threw some shade at Noah Lyles, gold medal winner, for running really fast. And Tyreek Hill obviously basically saying, I can run faster than that guy. And Noah Lyles, of course, kind of laughing at him like, look, dude, like, you can't do what I do.
Right. I'm a runner. You're a...
In an interview with People magazine, Tyreek Hill and Noah Lyles both announced that they will race, and again, there's no information here, at some point in the spring or summer before Lyles competes in the USA Outdoor Track and Field Championships, which begin July 31st. The location for the race, yet to be announced. Hill and Lyles plan to race a distance somewhere between 100 meters, the event which Lyles won the gold medal in at the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris, and 40 meters. So again, we don't know where, we don't know when, we don't know what length the race is going to be. Nothing. We know nothing.
But they're going to do it.
But they're going to do it.
Why don't they just get together with Jake Paul, put a ring on the infield, have the race, then have a fight? Make it a real circus.
My money's on Lyles. Don't get me wrong, Tyreek Hill very
Hill
fast.
is fast, but he's
fast
Lyles
on grass
fast.
with cleats.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? He's not on a track.
He's not Lyles fast.
Well, and so they run 30. I mean, you have to run the race that you're talking about, don't you?
100-meter race,
yeah,
right?
You have to.
Well, they don't know. They didn't say. It's either between 40 and 100, somewhere in there.
You have to run the 100. That's what you got to run. 40 isn't enough.
Elsewhere in sports, Hulks, they're getting sued again.
Oh, jeez.
Sounds like this,
brother.
Sounds like this woman's actually got a pretty good claim. Have you had his beer yet? Hulk Hogan's Real American Beer?
No, I have not. I hope to pick some up when I'm in Florida in 2 weeks.
I haven't even seen it. Is it available in the Midwest?
I haven't seen it.
I thought I saw him. He was in Milwaukee pimping it like a few weeks ago, right? Hogan and his Real American Beer Company are being sued for negligence by a woman in Akron, Ohio, after she said she was hit in the head with a sealed can of beer last year. The woman's name is Michelle.
What do you mean? Like someone threw it at her?
Michelle something or other. I can't pronounce that last name. She claims she attended a promotional event for the Real American Beer at Thirsty Cowboys, which is a live music bar in Medina, Ohio, back in August of 2024. And at the event, she claims that Hogan and other promoters were throwing beer cans into the audience in an effort to rile up the crowd when one of the cans struck her in the head. She said, quote, or her lawyer said, quote, "It's unconscionable to think that you're going to go to a bar to see a celebrity and end up being pelted with a can of beer."
Yeah, throwing cans of beer is dumb.
She had an open wound on her forehead. It was pretty big. She ended up needing a number of stitches to her head, and she's going to have some permanent scarring from that. So she's suing. I'm sure they'll settle out of court for a sum of money.
Apparently available Alabama, Colorado, Florida, Idaho, Illinois, Michigan, Minnesota, Massachusetts, and Wisconsin. Look for it in Walmart, Sam's Club, Safeway.
Walmart?
Apparently. It's crafted from 4 simple ingredients, Brian.
Yeah, all beer is from 4 simple ingredients. Take a tour of a brewery and you find that's the first thing they tell you. Beer is made from 4 things. It's every beer is. Thanks a lot, Hulkster.
It's
brother.
4 of them. Real American
That's why they
beer.
were booing him. It's because he's trying to fool people into thinking his beer is special.
It's 4.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm sure it's not good. It's like a light American lager, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
110 calories,
Oh,
light beer.
4 carbs.
oh, geez. Let me write that down.
You can follow them on Facebook if you want.
Sports on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Next hour, we'll talk racing with Doc. We got some Godsmack in a couple of minutes, and if you need something, find us online at rockmornings.com.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Weekdays, 6 to 9.
I used to think I was the only person in the world who liked to make love to pool toys.
I thought I was alone when I had impure thoughts about my umbrella handle.
I remember thinking there has to be someone else who would also like to fill their openings with pork and beans while dressed as a Care Bear.
No matter what you're thinking, there's someone just like you on Kinked In, the social network for kinky professionals.
Sure, I run a Fortune 500 company, but I still enjoy being ridden around my office like a pony boy. And now I can be, anytime, thanks to my network on Kinked In.
Kinked In allows you to network with others who share your particular kink. And as your network grows, your kinks grow with it.
Wow, I thought that wearing a rubber suit was enough, but throw in handcuffs and talk to me like a horny used car salesman? Amazing!
You'll be amazed, too, when you start your network of kinky professionals on Kinked In.
The most romantic and kinky of all holidays, Valentine's Day. And America loves its kinks.
Would you like to take a look at the trunk?
Is this a furry? Are we furrying?
There's a website, thepinknews.com, that just put together a list of the United States of fetish in 2025. Most searched for fetish in each and every state. What do you think it is in Wisconsin?
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
You're never going to get it.
Okay, Doc.
Feet?
Close.
I mean,
Close?
Shaw would have got it.
Kneecaps?
Further.
Shins?
I think going
Closer.
up, going up, going up, going up. That'd be in the butt, Bob?
What do you put on your feet?
Shoes? Socks.
Ding, ding, ding. Apparently in Wisconsin,
What?
the most searched for fetish is socks. I'm looking at it right now.
What does that even mean?
Do better, Wisconsin. Do better.
Slipper socks, medium.
Do better, Wisconsin.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. Guys want girls with socks on their feet because their feet are warm?
No.
Oh.
I have no idea. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't even understand that.
Minnesota, it's hog tying.
Okay, we just took it up a notch.
Damn.
So much for Minnesota nice. In Iowa,
Oh, no.
it's biting.
Ow! Ow, Charlie! Ow! Charlie! That really hurt! No, Charlie bit me.
Yeah, biting in Iowa. Illinois, you ready for this one, Doc?
Sure, hit me with it.
Ball busting.
Oh, no. Oh, man, I'm crossing my legs. This already hurts. And not.
So is this like the monks who get kicked in the junk repetitively to like make it stronger down there?
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
So that's what they're Googling, searching, watching,
Most
consuming?
searched for fetish in each state in the U.S. in 2025. And in Wisconsin, it's socks, apparently.
Is it like thigh highs? Like that kind of
Don't know, Gene. It doesn't
a
specify. It just
desire
says
for
socks.
someone else's socks?
Some of the other categories, just randomly, not necessarily in each state, but tickling is big out in the upper Northwest. They like tickling. Breast expansion.
What is that?
I don't know.
Is that like motorboating?
No.
Expanding them?
Well, you think they're getting bigger, right?
Oh. That way.
Farting is very big in a couple of states. People
Man,
like
that's
farting.
the people that are paying that guy on OnlyFans that we heard about the other day.
Wrestling is big in a couple of states.
Like you and me on a mat?
I will say I have seen some very sensual videos of men I think it's more of like a dominance thing. Like there's They're skinny dudes getting dominated by powerful, muscular women, right? It's sort of like as opposed to like people actually wrestling.
That sounds like porn more than a kink.
Wedgie is big in South Dakota, by the way. Not too far from here, just a stone's throw away. They love wedgies.
They love that, huh?
Can't get enough of wedgies. Tickling is big in Texas and in Florida. Up in my home state, it's pantyhose. New Hampshire, they love pantyhose.
It's a sock thing. It's a sock foot. It's on the tree. It's on the tree of feet and socks and footwear. And
hosiery.
Hosiery. New York State, by the way, it's giantess. So like big, tall, huge women versus very small men or women. Itty bitty.
Pocket size.
But those are just some of the kinks that people are searching for in America.
Nobody's furrying.
The weird thing is CPR is on the list.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's right there. I don't know what the hell's going on. CPR.
What state?
You had to ask, right? Because I don't know.
I'm sorry.
They don't put the name on the map.
Well, that's weird.
Hold on.
That's like a medical emergency.
Wyoming. Friggin' Smoking Joe. Out there in Wyoming.
Look it up, CPR.
Maybe it's because there's no hospitals or ambulances nearby. So the kink is that some hot nurse is going to show up when you're passing out in the field.
Give you a CPR?
And give you mouth to mouth.
Smoking Joe is going to be romantic tonight. Hey, honey.
Yeah. Balloon is big in Utah. Latex in New Mexico.
Similar. Balloon, latex, similar.
By the way, Wisconsin is the only state that's looking for socks. So I don't know what our problem is.
Hosiery. You said
and
hosiery.
I'm not. Yeah, pantyhose. That's a very specific thing. That's New Hampshire and Ohio.
Socks. It's a branch of the foot fetish.
Diaper is big in Kentucky. So if you got a diaper fetish, diapers.
Oh, Shaw. Your buddy'd love that.
Balloons in Utah. That's right up your alley, Gene. You love balloons.
I do like balloons.
So, yeah, fetishes in 2025.
All right.
Some other interesting stats about V-Day.
Okay.
1 in 6 couples, about 17% of couples say that this Valentine's Day could make or break their relationship.
Avoid the one-size-fits-all gas station panty rose, guys. I'm just telling you. If it's a make or break situation, avoid that. Go for something else.
This is scary. Artificial intelligence romantic companion apps. What was that movie? Her? With Joaquin Phoenix, right? Some of the apps are called Replica, Intimate, AI Girlfriend, and Anima. Are becoming more popular than most people may think, particularly among young adults. Almost 1 in 5 adults in the U.S., 19% of people say they have chatted with an AI system meant to simulate a romantic partner.
Huh.
I was thinking about it this morning, and not that I am condoning it, but what if you get an AI girlfriend and it's never negative? She's always like positive.
She's never bitching at you to pick up your clothes or to do the dishes because you want to do the dishes.
Same with the blow up, the lifelike dolls or whatever.
Never going to argue with you. Never going to have a bad
Always
day.
surprised to see you.
Right?
Oh, you're home again.
You again. And the average American adult, 18 or older, whether in a relationship or not, spends about $2,279 on dates every single year. That's the average. Mm-hmm. The all-in price of a date, from pre-dating grooming to gas money and everything else included, is about $168.
Well, if you figure that involves a meal or cocktails, you got a movie, any
Popcorn.
of that stuff. Yeah.
Valentine's Day. Socks. Where did it go wrong? What happened?
Slipper socks.
What happened?
Size medium.
What happened in this state to make it go so bad?
I don't know.
And there's nothing
I do
particularly sexy about socks,
have
right?
to say that I have a pair of Hidden Valley Ranch socks. So there's that.
That's romantic.
Oh,
and sexy.
Gino, stop. You're turning me on.
See? It's the Hidden Valley Ranch and sock
Oh,
combos.
stop. Oh, my
Combo,
goodness.
Doc. It's a combo.
Oh, down monster.
Nothing about socks is sexy to me, but do you, I guess, Wisconsin, do you?
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
I want action from Poison on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. That's a good way to get your Valentine's Day going. Text from Paul said, party in Jean's mouth with her socks like Melissa McCarthy in that SNL commercial.
There's a Hidden Valley Ranch party in my mouth.
Mm-hmm. I have Hidden Valley Ranch socks. I'm just saying.
Not sexy. Also got a text from Rob at the beer shop in Sparta. Said that they have the real American beer, the Hogan beer, at the beer shop.
Sweet.
And it's also brewed in La Crosse, apparently.
I got
City Brewery must brew it and then distribute it through SNS, I guess, right?
Yeah, I got a text from Cole Schultz. He says SNS distributes it. It is available at Quick Trips.
All right. And you said Walmart's as well?
Walmart's. Gene said Walmart's, yeah.
Hulk Hogan Real American Beer. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Paul, and Cole for the text. Let's see. What do we got? Doc's going to talk racing here in a bit.
Big weekend.
Oh, yeah. Kicking off the NASCAR season. Also got Bad News, Happy Music, and a date night winner or two. Sign up on our website.
I got to go to the bathroom. I'm just dreaming of Gino's socks right now.
Hey, I'm on the sockfetishclub.com website.
Are you a member yet?
You can create your free profile and start chatting online with
sock
people
lovers?
that like to keep their socks on while they do it, basically. That's the deal. Keeping your socks on.
Nothing ruins a good porn more than a girl or a guy wearing their socks.
If you're an admirer of socks of all forms and you want to share that with others, it's sockfetish.com.
Open up that video and all of a sudden she's still got her socks on.
Yes.
You're like, come on, man.
Yes.
Come on, man. Socks. Lincoln Park in just a bit. If you need something, find us online at rockmornings.com.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Weekdays from 6 a.m. until 9 a.m.
Lincoln Park with Crawling on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Denai Guerrera is 47. She plays Michonne on The Walking Dead. She was also Okoye in the Black Panther films. Wakanda Forever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's a badass.
She is badass.
Rob Thompson, lead singer of Matchbox 20.
Yeah.
How old do you think Rob Thompson is?
52.
Ooh, very close. 53. He will push you around. Smooth, right? That was him and Carlos Santana? Smooth? Wasn't that him?
Was that him? Yes.
Simon Pegg, the actor, 55 years young today. Shaun of the Dead, so many others.
Take car, go to Mum's, kill Phil, grab Liz, go to the Winchester, have a nice cold pint, and wait for all this to blow over. How's that for a slice of fried gold?
Yeah, boy!
Simon Pegg, 55. Zach Galligan, the star of the two Gremlins films, is 61. Also likes to steal Deep Purple CDs. It's out of a car, right? What the deal? We interviewed him once years ago. He wrote a book. And we interviewed him about it, yeah. Pat O'Brien used to be on Access Hollywood, and then those voicemails came out.
He actually did sports for a while.
He did some sports, yeah, real nasty voicemails. He's 77.
You're so hot. And I want you.
Will you wear your socks?
Obviously, you can't really tell what he's saying, but
Not enough hot. I heard
a lot of hot and girlfriend and
doing it.
Yeah. Pat O'Brien, 77. Florence Henderson. Carol Brady, born on this day in 1934. She died in 2016.
Here's the story of a lovely lady who was bringing up three very lovely girls.
Whoa, she was born in 34?
Yeah, Florence Henderson, 1934.
6 years younger than my mom.
Yeah. And she, didn't she bang them all, too? They all banged each other, right? Wasn't that the deal?
She had a fetish, too. It was Greg
sons.
Brady.
Greg Brady. Yeah. 94 years ago today, 1931, the classic Dracula, starring Bela Lugosi, released on Valentine's Day. Several years later, in 1991, a little movie called The Silence of the Lambs made its way into theaters.
Good evening, Clarice.
I just had a trivia question about that the other night, where I think it's the only movie that won Academy Awards in all 5 categories.
Okay. Well, it deserved it.
And
It's a hell
I
of a
was
film.
asking the trivia question, so I had the answer, which was great. Nobody got it, by the way.
Multiple Migs in an Excel. What did he say to you, Clarice?
Like best actress, best actor, screenplay, director, all that.
Nice suit, Senator.
And a nice Chianti.
Chench. Around these parts, it's pronounced Chench. Miss you on. 1 year later, 1992, Wayne's World in theaters, starring Mike Myers and Dana Carvey.
Okay, Garth, just sit there and he's gonna put that thing on your melon, okay?
Just a trim, don't buzz me, all right?
So tell me, Ron, exactly how does the suck cut work?
Well, as you can see, it sucks as it cuts.
It certainly does suck.
Sure, we'll hang with you, Alice Cooper.
Billy Wackay. 1997, Chevy Chase, Randy Quaid, Ethan Embry. Vegas Vacation.
Well, have some of the yellow, and don't get cheap on me.
Extra running, right?
Isn't that the one where he cooks the chicken on the rocks?
Yeah.
This bread pudding is extra runny tonight.
Oh, gross.
Like a nuclear test site, right? Isn't that the deal?
Yes.
All the rocks are like. Yeah. Vegas Vacation in theaters on this day in 97. 2003, the Daredevil film released, previous to the Daredevil series. That starred Ben Affleck as Daredevil, Jennifer Garner as Elektra, who showed up in the MCU and Deadpool Wolverine, right? 2005, 20 years ago today, YouTube
Today?
launched.
They were at the zoo.
Yeah, San Bruno, California. It was created by 3 former PayPal employees, a guy named Chad, Steve, and a Jared. And it was the one guy at the zoo.
All right, so here we are in front of the elephants. Cool thing about these guys is that they have really, really, really long trunks, and that's cool.
That's cool. Really long trunks. The very first video ever on YouTube.
How sweet.
One
is
of the
that?
creators of the website at the zoo.
Animals
checking
at
out
the zoo.
animals.
Yeah.
And now look at it.
Mm-hmm.
2013, not a great one, but it's still John McClane, and I have a soft spot for Bruce Willis and John McClane. A Good Day to Die Hard in theaters on this day in 2013. That's the one where he goes to Russia.
Need a hug? I'm not a hugging family. Damn straight.
Damn straight. Somehow Bruce Willis ends up in Russia driving some kind of armored truck into a courthouse. And
Isn't that the one with his son?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And 7 years ago today, 2018, Parkland, Florida, devastated by the deadliest shooting at a school in U.S. history. Expelled student opening fire at the Marjorie Stoneham Douglas High School. In less than 4 minutes, he murdered 17 people and wounded 17 others. When he stopped firing, he hid his weapon and tried to escape by blending in with the crowd. He pled guilty to all charges. And then, what was it, Alex? What's his nuts? He just, the lawsuit just came up a couple weeks ago, right? InfoWars guy? Isn't that his name? What the hell's his name? Alex something.
I know
Alex
it.
Jones?
Yes.
Yeah. That's some stuff that happened on Valentine's Day, along with some birthdays. And coming up in just a few minutes, Doc is going to tell us all about NASCAR racing this weekend. Big weekend as NASCAR gets ready to kick
Big
off.
weekend. We'll talk about some Wisconsin drivers to look for in the other two series and get you all set up. Plus, we got a couple of big Daytona 500 parties to talk about.
All right, we'll get to that here in just a couple minutes. Stick around.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Start your day with Rock Mornings.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. 8 o'clock-ish, somewhere around 8:15 on Friday mornings. During the NASCAR racing season, we are joined, usually on the phone or on the app, by the mid-pack legend, Mr. Technicality, Car 54, Billy Doc Niles, a.k.a. Captain Retirement, a.k.a. hashtag Mr. Fister, a.k.a. hashtag this guy.
Happy July.
Happy 4th of July. Hashtag this guy.
I'm kind of anal.
I hear that about you. Hashtag this guy.
He's got it locked on the rock. He's listening to the doc.
Hashtag this guy.
You're getting a thrill by listening to Bill.
Ooh, on Valentine's Day. Hashtag this guy.
He gets to stay on the box.
Yes, he does. Hashtag this guy.
Going to have to come from the back
That's the only way to come. Hashtag this guy.
Going to be a big one for them.
That's what she said. Hashtag this guy.
He could be coming from your backyard.
He's coming from everybody's backyard. Hashtag this guy.
A lot of beating and banging.
Sounds like a good weekend at Doc's house. Hashtag this guy.
Nothing says you can't slip one in without saying anything.
Oh, Mrs. Doc, look out for the slip one in. Hashtag this guy.
Whoa, what am I touching here?
Whoa, what are you touching here, Doc?
Gino's Hidden Ranch socks.
All of a sudden, Doc has developed a sock fetish.
Thanks, Gene.
Sorry, I can't help
It's
it.
okay. Her feet are underneath them socks. There's my fetish.
She put on different shoes this morning. She's complaining that it's cold.
No, I wore boots to come across the parking lot in the snow, and then when they got in the building, I put on tennis shoes.
We have a vortex over here in the wall where they have access to some pipes, and it's not insulated. So you could take the cover off that thing and allow some cooler air to get in this stupid studio where it's 8 billion degrees.
They only do that in the summer, I'm assuming, because it's like, Antarctica here in the summer, and it's...
I don't know.
It's like the Brazilian jungle in the winter.
Yeah. So the duels and qualifying and everything, and Toyota's on the pole for the first time ever at the Daytona.
First time ever Toyota gets the pole. A great job by Chase Briscoe. I mean, he was just amazing. And, even though he didn't get as much time to cool down Wednesday night as everybody else did, he still set a pretty good second lap. So he'll be on the pole. Austin Cindric, he'll be sitting there right next to him when they come to green on Sunday afternoon. Great job by him. I tell you, NASCAR, the accident was behind them. They could have let him race to the line. In my opinion, Eric Jones got screwed out of that win last night in that second duel. But that's just my opinion. You guys are free to, use your own opinion there. But, after his involvement in the crash, there's going to be 41 drivers now. Helio Castroneves is going to be taking that world-class driver exemption to be the 41st driver to start. So you were asking last week about points for qualifying. There are only points for the duels.
Well, what I was saying is that there's a new hot lap point that got added by Xfinity. It was like some sort of deal that NASCAR struck with Xfinity to keep them as a sponsor.
Oh, okay.
And so, the
that
fastest
might be for the Xfinity series.
I think it's in the Cup Series, and I think it's whoever gets the fastest lap in the race gets a point. So it'll encourage people to get extra. Obviously there's only certain ways to get points.
Yep, I'll have to look into that. My apologies for not being more diligent.
All good.
Yep. So points were awarded last night, and each duel. So obviously, Bubba Wallace and Chase Briscoe are now current point leaders. So that take that for what it's worth. They don't get any playoff points for that. They just get season points. Now, how about Corey LaJoie racing his way in? He's going to be starting inside the top 10 on Sunday afternoon. Great job by him. And we talked about this before we went on the air. Justin Allgaier driving for Junior Motorsports. I mean, watch the camera on Dale Jr. as they run that last lap. Talk about excitement and elation. They found a third groove on that last lap, and I think some people are going to take a look at that for Sunday and possibly be running 3 grooves because they made it work on that last lap. And of course, Justin Allgaier will run his way into the Daytona 500. Truex and Jimmy Johnson both got in via their qualifying times, so now the field is set, 41 drivers. For Sunday afternoon, the Daytona 500. 2.5-mile track, 31-degree banking, 18 degrees in the tri-oval. William Byron won this race last year. Harrison Burton won the race back in August to secure Wood Brothers' 100th win. So that's a pretty cool deal for the Wood Brothers. Qualifying record set without a restrictor plate in 1987 by Bill Elliott at 210 miles an hour. With a restrictor plate back in 2014, Eric Almirola, 202.3 miles an hour. Now, fantasy experts haven't put anything out yet, especially this early in the morning, so I just kind of did mine. Look at guys like Wallace and Cindric and Hamlin and Busch and Corey LaJoie, people you saw up front running most of the night last night in them duels.
I love looking at Busch.
Everybody likes, well, okay, shut up, Bill. Everybody, so you got me flustered, you son bitch.
Last night.
Here we go again.
Busch. I like Busch. I'm going to head for the mountains of Busch.
And just remember, it is a restrictor plate, so if you're playing fantasy, maybe throw in, somebody like
fantasy.
Michael McDowell coming from the back doing something like that. VegasInsider.com did put odds out before the duels. Keselowski, Blaney, Busch, and Logano at plus 1,200.
Oh,
Hamlin at 1,500. Larson, 1,600. Byron and Elliott at 1,800. Now, for the weekend, if you're looking for Wisconsin drivers to root for tonight, in the truck race, Johnny Sauter has signed a one-race deal to race tonight. Also, defending Truck Series champion Ty Majeski will be in action, both of them from Wisconsin. Tomorrow night, Xfinity race, Carson Quaffle and Sam Meyer, both of them with Wisconsin ties, both of them born in Wisconsin. So you could check those races out for your Wisconsin ties this weekend. Doc's Smoker Calendar, 2 big ones happening, both of them for the Daytona 500. It's the Eckelberg Family Racing's annual Daytona 500 party.
I like 2 big ones.
To support, we all do. To support the Chloe K. Eckelberg Memorial Scholarship. Come out, watch the Daytona.
How many years have they been doing this? Because they've been doing it for a while.
Eckelberg's, I think they're right around 30, 31, 32, somewhere in there. I mean, they've been racing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Smoker features in West Salem. How many years have they been doing it?
Yeah, at least
been a number of years.
I think it's like 30 years. They've been 30 or 31 years. Where's my notes go? This Sunday afternoon, starting at noon, free will donations are welcome for unlimited beer and food during the race. Tip boards and silent auctions items will be up for bidding. Bidding goes from noon till 5. Come early to purchase drivers on their driver boards. Was it last year, 2 years ago? I think they ended up with 10 full driver boards. That's how much people wanted to get in on that. Also have a chance to win a pair of Bristol Motor Speedway tickets. $10 for a chance to win 2 tickets to both the Xfinity and Cup races for the night race in September. I thought it was August. Could be September. All proceeds benefit the Chloe K. Eckelberg Memorial Scholarship, awarded to students attending a university or technical school the following year and involved in racing and the community of the La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. Excuse me. Also Sunday afternoon, USRA modified driver John Daly, representing Mississippi Thunder Speedway, will be holding his annual Daytona 500 Chicken Queue at Newcomb Valley Inn on Highway 95 east of Arcadia. I think this is the 31st or 32nd year for that one. He's been doing this a long time. Carryouts are available starting at 11 a.m. $10 is the cost. Also, there'll be driver boards, a silent auction, Chinese raffles, meat raffles, which include a half a hog and an eighth of a beef.
Or like a
door prizes during the race and bucket specials on Busch lattes. So get out to those 2 big parties and support your local racers. And for all our racers in the listening area, from La Crosse, Chippewa area, Toma, Mississippi Thunder, Dells Raceway Park, anybody who can hear this radio program, if your race team has a fundraiser or a smoker coming up, get to the Midwest Racing Smokers page on Facebook. Get all your party info on there. And Friday before your party, we'll give it a shout-out on Doc's Smoker Calendar. And remember, folks, during smoker season, get out and support a great local short track team. This race report has been brought to you by our friends at County Materials on Empire Street in Holman. That is this week's race report.
DOC each and every Friday during the NASCAR season. Next week, he'll still be in the area, and then the following week, you're going to be in Florida. You're headed down there to visit some of our buddies.
Yeah, going to be down there visiting Diker and Shorty. I'll take a picture and send it to you right before we go on the air. I'll be poolside.
Dirty Dan Diker.
Yeah, Shorty's already got a heck of a menu set up for us the Sunday we
saw
get there.
His shopping cart looked full of meat.
Yeah, it's juicy meat. He's going to smoke it. Bacon.
2 big ones, Gene.
2 big ones, Gene.
Okay. All right. Hanging with the boys in the locker room this morning.
Big ones, Gene.
Take your socks off, Gene.
We got music coming up. Music coming up in a bit from Pearl Jam. Plus, Bad News Happy Music is on the way.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find the daily podcast at rockmornings.com.
You're about to enter a beautiful, exciting, wonderful new world.
A cockroach living in your nostril. Now that's just nasty. Add in some haven't pooped for 30 days.
Poop is raining from the ceilings. Poop.
And sprinkle in some hashtag Florida Man for flavor.
Florida Man.
Florida Man.
Florida Man. Florida Man. Florida Man.
Florida Man.
Florida Man quits his Burger King job, steals all of their chicken nuggets.
It's bad news.
Bad news.
With happy music.
Let's rock.
I guess in the grand scheme of things, all's well that ends well. But the potential for something disastrous to happen here is astounding. No charges will be filed against an Alabama second grader
who brought a gun to school
after a gun discharged inside the young student's backpack at Huntsville Elementary School. Police say they have finished their investigation on the gun discharge at Challenger Elementary that happened back on February 6th. Investigators determined that the firearm discharged while inside the student's backpack. The bullet exited the backpack and struck another student's backpack. The bullet was ultimately stopped by the student's laptop in the backpack.
Have you ever fired your gun up in the air and gone, ah? No, I have not ever fired my gun up in the air and gone, ah.
School nurse evaluating the student who was not injured. Police say the kid was not able to explain how the firearm ended up in the backpack. Further investigation could not determine how it was placed in the backpack either. So they just had a gun in the backpack, took it to school, went off accidentally, shot through the bag at another student whose life was saved by his laptop.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Hallway pop.
The Department of Human Resources contacted to implement a safety plan and speak with the student's family. Yeah.
Terrifying.
I love that the story says the district attorney's office would not issue a warrant for the second grade student for unlawful possession of a pistol by a minor. Yeah, because they're 7. They're a second grader.
But how do they not know? I mean, like, either the kid put it in there or the parents did. I mean, somebody put it in there. What do you mean their investigation turned up
It's
nothing?
unlikely that it fell off of a table into the kid's book bag.
Correct. Loaded. Yeah,
I'd be
loaded, by the way.
I'd be looking at the parents' lifestyle about now.
Yeah. You got to assume that if you're getting banned from Walmart nationwide, you can't go in any Walmart anywhere in the country.
You've caused a ruckus.
Then you have earned that distinction.
Could you describe the ruckus?
An alleged serial shoplifter was banned from every Walmart location in the United States of America. You've got to be really good at stealing stuff in order to be banned from every Walmart. I mean, they don't want your business at all. They don't want you coming in there ever.
How about Puerto Rico? Can you shop in Puerto Rico?
37-year-old Ashley Cross banned from every Walmart location across the country due to her reported history of taking products from the business without paying.
A serial shoplifter.
I would think you're really bad if you got caught, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but you keep going back to the well.
Yeah.
And think of how many, I don't know, how many times before you get the ban? Is it 5? Is it 10? Is it 100? Authorities responded to Walmart in Memphis, Tennessee, to investigate a report of shoplifting. Upon arriving on the scene, and officers were informed that the 2 women were stealing from the business, one of whom was Cross.
Uh-huh.
Memphis police told the reporters there that Cross was a well-known shoplifter, adding that she had been caught on camera utilizing an old watch barcode to scan multiple items for $1 at the self-checkout machine.
Yeah, so she's scanning a barcode. It's just for an item that costs $1, and then she's taking items that are way more than that. What'd she take?
Yeah, what she took this time, allegedly, 11 packs of ramen noodles, which is like $1.
I was just going to say, what's the value of that?
Pair of jeans.
$10?
T-shirt and some boots. The Walmart there said the merchandise totaled $137.34.
There has to be a lot more to this to get her banned from everybody. Is that the thing?
According to reports, Cross is on the authorization of agency list, which means she is not permitted to enter any Walmart store in the country due to alleged previous shoplifting incidents. Walmart said in a statement, quote, "We value our customers and associates and want them to have a pleasant shopping experience. Though rare, there are instances when someone is no longer welcome in our stores." And that's one of them. I wonder how many times you got to go.
Dear Target, you're next.
You got to assume that she probably been doing it in a different place here and there.
I'm sure.
Couple different stores.
Because $137 doesn't feel like a lifetime ban across the country.
Hashtag Florida man driving really fast. How fast was he going, Gene?
130.
Very close, 129 miles per hour.
Sergeant McDaniels with the Orange County Sheriff's Office. Is there any reason in the world you are traveling as fast as you are? You were doing 129 miles an hour when you came up behind me. I don't care how good of a driver you are. At those speeds, if somebody doesn't see you, and it's possible they won't, all it takes is one mistake, and you're going to end up in a grave or hospital or paralyzed or who knows what.
Like I've always said, if they don't want me to drive that fast, then don't make the car able to drive that fast. Why do they put 140 miles an hour on the speedometer?
When would you ever go 140 miles an hour?
The speed, the fastest a car can go on a highway legally is
out west.
75, 80 miles an hour, maybe?
I think in Wyoming and all of that, you can go.
Right, but legally, posted speed limit, right?
I think it is like 85 or something like that.
But the car can go 120, 140 if it wants.
So where was this guy like?
He was doing 129 when he passed the deputy. Orange County Sheriff's deputies say the driver was going 60 miles over the speed limit on slick roads. The morning they pulled him over, it was also very foggy, visibility not great. Got 2 tickets, ordered to appear before a judge. The sheriff is pushing for a super speeder law, which would also increase fines and allow for speeding vehicles to be impounded in the state of Florida.
That's
this
fast.
Guy doing 129.
Just
driving
going on slick roads.
Right by the cop.
I am speed.
Yeah. Well, he had places to go.
Uh-huh.
He was late for work. 129 miles an hour. Again, if they don't want me to drive that fast, they'll make the car be able to go that fast, right? If you only want us to be topping out at 90, then change the cars.
100.
Remember yesterday we had the kayaker getting tailed by the shark?
I saw this video.
The great white shark?
Great white shark. I'm out of here.
Immediately.
There's a huge great white behind me. He's going at my rudder. He's still following me. He's got a distance, but he could swim up on me at any moment.
I remember that, and I think this video that you're going to talk about, and I almost got in touch with you yesterday.
Everyone else did, so
Okay.
you didn't need to because
Okay.
I got several messages and texts and calls about another kayaker who got Moby Dicked.
What?
He got eaten by a whale.
No.
It came up, it broke the plane.
Yes.
It swallows his asshole with the kayak and then spits his ass right back out again.
Yes.
And there's video of it, Doc.
Dude.
Here-
Oh, yeah, I'm looking over your shoulder here.
Dude, the size of that thing.
So there he is. He pops back up. Now, I'll rewind it here to the beginning.
Okay.
See?
No, I can see.
So there's the kayaker right there. See him? He's in front of this other kayaker.
Watch how big it is.
Videotaping him. Just having a day in his yellow. Oh! He's gone!
Dude!
I almost dropped a swear word there. Oh, there, and then he spit him out. Look at that. Holy cow.
And he's not even in his kayak when he gets out of the whale's mouth, and the whale's still moving around, and, bro, I'm out of here.
Dude, that thing is giant.
Huge.
Giant.
Dude.
What are you doing kayaking where that's underneath you?
Okay,
Well,
after a
this is
shark.
my argument. Don't go in the ocean. Nothing in the ocean wants
Well,
you
I
there.
don't. It's like near the shore. I've
Finding
done that.
Nemo, none of that crap really happens, right? Nothing in the ocean wants you there. They all want you to get
You're
out.
like way out in the middle where that thing can swim underneath you. I'm not talking about like near the shore. Doc, look at the size of that thing.
Was this in the same area as the shark?
No, this is overseas. This is the Strait of Magellan. The water's off the Chilean Patagonia. Over the weekend, humpback whale comes out of nowhere, gulps this guy down like a little treat, little biscuit, little
And then
Triscuit.
spit him out.
I'm scheduled for a fishing trip when I'm in Florida. I'm really considering not doing this now.
Adrian Simonankis, kayaking the choppy waters in the Strait of Magellan off the Chilean Patagonia over the weekend. Humpback whale comes up,
Swallows him.
swallowed his asshole. Brief stay inside the whale's mouth before being spit out and left floating in the open ocean. Later explained he thought he was a goner for being attacked by the whale, but then realized it was a humpback, probably just curious, maybe even trying to communicate.
Gather around,
Do
grandkids.
you
Let me tell you
even
about
know
the
what
time.
happened though? Because you're kayaking, it comes out of nowhere. It's not like they saw it coming. So all of a sudden you're kayaking, and then did your brain have time to process? I'm being eaten by a whale.
Do you know who was videotaping it? How it got caught?
Yes,
because his dad, his old dad, is in the kayak behind him, and he's like, "Uh-oh, if that thing can swallow me, maybe Dad's next, and Dad maybe not be as good as I am at kayaking."
Super calm though. He's like, "Oh, okay."
Swam right to his dad's kayak, hopped aboard. They both finished their adventure by making one whale of an escape.
Admiral, there be whales here.
But do you know, seriously, so you're kayaking, Brian. Well, maybe not
I'm
you,
not
but just
kayaking.
say you are.
I kayaked on the river once, and I
Do you
didn't like
even
it.
know, though, Doc? You're kayaking, and then you're in, would you even process, like, I'm inside of a whale?
At the moment, I think the same thing. Like, holy heck, I'm going to die here.
He thinks I'm a
What the-
goner, but does he even understand what's happening?
Unbelievable.
You're there one minute, you're gone the next, and you got to be rolling around in there, right?
That's what
it's all
and
the
then
water
he
and
switched out. It happened so quick. Do you even know what happened to you?
Well, yeah, you have to because you see it. You come up for air and there's the whale. It's still there. It doesn't just disappear. Bro, I don't get people that go in the ocean. I don't get it. I just don't understand it. All that stuff down deep underneath where it's dark and scary and they're just coming up and eating you. No, I don't want that.
Methinks I see a tad bit of sunshine outside the window.
Last but not least, bad news, happy music. A woman in Alabama arrested for stealing $20,000 in cash from a woman she was caring for and replacing it with fake movie money.
If you want to look good and not be bummy, yo, you better give me that money.
Hey, dirty. Baby, I got your money, don't you worry.
Like colored Monopoly money? Like
I think, well, we've seen this. You can buy this movie money. It's called prop money. And so, like, when you watch a TV show and you see them use money and it looks kind of like money, but you could tell it's not really money, that's what it is.
So not so obvious that it's pink and yellow and orange, but...
But first of all, you shouldn't have 20 grand in your house. Right?
In cash?
Just laying around for someone to find, discover, and steal.
Was this an old person?
Keeping a lot of cash in your house, not really a good idea. But for one woman in Alabama, it was all part of her business. She owned a lot of properties, and she kept rental money for that. Even bars and restaurants go to the bank at night with the bank bag and throw it in the lockbox or something like that. I mean, 6 months ago, the victim hired Lori Nicole Smith, a self-employed pet sitter, to help around the house. The victim had a fall, injured, wasn't able to get around very well, started hiring people to help clean and take care of her pets. That wasn't the only thing she was taking care of, however.
She was slowly taking the cash or all in one big chunk or what?
They found that it was being replaced by a bunch of fake movie money that apparently you can buy online. And yeah, there's pictures of it. You can see it. It looks similar enough that if you were not to pay close attention, you wouldn't be able to know. They found that it was replaced by a bunch of fake movie money that apparently you can buy online. And that's when we got the call to report that several $1,000s was missing, more than 20 grand. The fake money looks real until you get close enough. And then it even says it on it for motion picture purposes only. Cops say it's shown up in a few drug investigations as well.
Buy it on the internet and use it as money.
So this is the kind of the first time we've seen something like this pop up where it was a large amount.
Yeah, I'm looking over your shoulder here. Which one's the fake?
Wow. I think they're all fake.
Oh, okay.
All those are fake, the hundreds.
Okay.
Again, you look at it from here and you're like, oh, it looks real.
Show me the money.
Yeah. But then you get up closer and it says printed on it explicitly.
But you'd have to really be up close and looking.
Well, yeah, and if you got 20 grand in your house from collecting rent, you just got a pile of hundreds or a pile of cash.
Maybe the rubber band and the one on the top is real, but the one
them in the
underneath
middle
it aren't.
Yeah, she got arrested. Lori Nicole Smith. Police say Smith told them she was going through some financial hardships and needed the money for bills and was always planning to pay the money back. Oh, well, then you should get out of jail for free.
Was planning to.
So far, police have recovered about $3,500 out of the 20 grand that she allegedly stole.
Where's the money? When are you going to get the money? Why aren't you getting the money now? And so on. So please, the money.
I was gonna
pay her back.
I was gonna give it back. I was gonna pay it back eventually.
That's how it works when you steal money, is you steal it to pay your own bills, and then eventually when you get your own money, you put it
give
back.
it back.
Why don't you just do a Harry and Lloyd and put an IOU in there?
Yeah. See, the problem is you got to go for the small bills. You can't go for the hundreds. Those show up too fast.
Like the fives? Like fake fives?
Nobody's going to miss $5, $10, $20 if you got $20,000 in your house.
Hey,
you start taking a bunch of Hondos. You're gonna recognize when those go missing.
You don't see the checkout guy at festival getting the marker out for a 20, do you?
Occasionally, but it's rare, But anything 50 or above, that's when it starts to yeah.
They really examine it.
I mean, it'll take you longer to get that 20 grand if you're doing it $20 at a time, but less likely to get caught. Not that I would.
Well, she was only borrowing it anyway.
Right. Yeah. Bad news, happy music. On Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene and Doc, who's in the studio today.
What's up? Hey, a couple things I wanted to mention.
Getting an oil change today?
Yep, getting an oil change as soon as I leave here. La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway, tentatively, the season finale is August 9th. Instead of double features for just late models, it's double features all the way across the board that night. That'll be a fun one. And for those of you who want to see Kyle Larson in action up at Red Cedar Speedway, tickets up. Check it with the ticket box office. I think they're on sale now. June 4th, Wednesday, June 4th, Kyle Larson will be racing at Red Cedar Speedway this summer.
Lots of info from Doc this morning.
I try.
And breakfast.
Info.
Thank you.
And breakfast. Thank you. Audio Slave now. We will get to our check-ins here in just a couple minutes, and we'll pick our winners for date night.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Weekdays, 6 to 9. Call.
Hello.
Email.
I tried emailing you.
Text. So many ways to check in with us. Check. We rely on you guys for traffic updates, requests, and all sorts of other stuff.
Check this out.
Visit the website, rockmornings.com, and find all our contact info. Listen to the show live. Check out the daily podcast, and sign up to win freebies like date night.
Yep.
Your chance to score free pizza and movie passes every Friday. We get 2 winners, one in the Eau Claire area, one in the La Crosse area.
From Eau Claire, Joseph Schlewitz.
Bless you.
And from La Crosse, it's Tom Hill.
Joseph is going to Rocky Rococo's and the Micon Cinemas, and the guy from La Crosse, Tom, is going to Saxon Hall in Brownsville and going to the Marcus Cinema on Ward Ave. Congratulations.
Well done.
If you go to Rockies tonight and they still have them, get that heart-shaped pizza.
They do have them, yep.
Bill, the FedEx guy, former FedEx guy, I think he's back with FedEx, says, I need a date night. Doc, stay out of the mosh pit.
Dude.
Ogre texted in and said, I was on my way to the fire station for a call on the Harley. I got a talking to from my chief as a cop clocked me at 40 and a 25.
Don't do that.
Told the chief, you know why I was doing 40? Because I hadn't gotten into 4th gear yet. But I'm Harley jokes. Yeah. Eric texted in a video of another kayaker from several years ago who also got swallowed.
No.
By a whale, yeah.
No.
This guy, this was 4 years ago. He's a couple of them, actually. And there's a bunch of birds flying around. Yeah, here it comes. Ready? Here it comes.
There's birds.
Just wait. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Dun 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 dun.
No!
I love it. I love people being dumb.
Did the guy get popped back out?
I think they got spit back out, yeah. The women surfaced, and shortly after, other kayakers and paddleboards came to help them. Stay out of the ocean, man. The ocean don't want you. Don't go in the ocean. Ned said, how about some Ozzy No More Tears for a Twisted V-Day and no freaking socks? What the hell is wrong with people? Apparently, Ned's not attracted to socks. Not even Hidden Valley
That
Ranch
website
socks.
is scary.
Yeah, pretty much every fetish website's scary.
Scary.
If you're a norm.
Yeah, it's scary.
Paul also texting in saying, party in Jean's mouth with her socks like Melissa McCarthy.
Yes. I have Hidden Valley Ranch socks.
Hidden Valley Ranch.
Socks.
Thanks also to Bob earlier who texted in and said that Julia Stiles was the actress in 10 Things I Hate About You. Appreciate it.
Cole Schulze, thank you. Hogan beer available at Quick Trips. $14 a 12-pack distributed by S&S Sparta. Also, I got a message from John Daly and the Eckelbergs, both of them pretty much saying thank you for the shout-outs. Make sure you get to their Daytona 500 parties this weekend, both of them starting at noon.
Thank you very much for all your correspondence this week. Hope you had a good one. We'll talk to you on Monday. Have a great Valentine's Day.